Welcome to Body Energetix, evidence-based spirituality to get happy, healthy, and hot. I'm your host, Lauren Saracione, and I've been in fitness for over 22 years. I've also had 3 major healing events where I learned something new and deeper about the mind-body connection. It is my mission to help you get happy, healthy, and hot. So whether you're here for mindset work to get happy, emotional work to get healthy, or owning your desires and who you be to get hot, Body Energetix is for you. Welcome to episode number 13 of Body Energetix podcast, evidence-based spirituality to get happy, healthy, and hot. This is an about episode so that we can talk about it in greater detail on other episodes and refer back to this one for the details of the origins and some of the stuff that you're really going to want to know to apply it to your own life. This one is about the Body Energetix coding system. I've been putting this together since I hurt my neck and was doing the deep inner child primitive work with Dr. John Sarno's work and then Louise Hay's work. And the full compilation of the Body Energetic system happened because I started to look at the body parts that I didn't like and process the thoughts and the feelings that were stored there. And the deeper that I went into it of, the back of my arms, stomach fat, back of the thigh fat, like whatever, the more I got into it and the more I would look up metaphysical meanings and the more I applied what I already knew from the science episodes, I was like, whoa, we are reclaiming the parts that we pushed away for fear of being rejected. And we are healing our hurt parts that we don't want to process, that were the traumatizing events that made us go into our brain as a child and live in our brain, not our feelings, but be hypersensitive to feelings. And both of these things, the parts that we pushed away that we're going to reclaim, the hurt feelings that we haven't processed, both of those things in the body parts show up as the projection. So if we scale it back to the mirrored universe, that everything on the exterior is there to mirror back our energy. And if we are unhealed, we are projecting our pain onto other people and onto our life experiences to get re-victimized, or we are creating. And when I started to look at this from a fitness perspective of literally looking at the mirror and being like, I hate this, I hate that, I hate this, I hate that. And then looking at the metaphysical meanings, I was like, I'm projecting hurt feelings that I haven't dealt with and the ways that I've judged myself onto my own body. So if I actually look at all the metaphysical meanings that have to do with fat, that have to do with the abdomen, that have to do with your butt, that have to do with your legs, I can actually look at times that I have not forgiven, experiences that I have not extracted the wisdom from, and then work on those on the mental emotional level, which is going to empower me to stay consistent at the gym while also changing the projection of what I see in the mirror of judging those body parts. Because, check this out. If you lived in a different culture, your body might be the cat's meow. You might have the body that's super fucking hot and sexy in another culture, but not the one that you're in. And what that means is that beauty is subjective. And what that means is that what you are seeing in the mirror about yourself is subjective and a projection of unprocessed pain. So the Body Energetix coding system, I take you through a process to find out what these thoughts and feelings are. And not everything will have a memory associated with it. You don't need to know an exact thing. Your thoughts will be enough to reorganize, to let go of that painful event, because the thoughts are the outcome. And when you're processing and you're doing work on the nervous system level, listening to that inner child, then you'll be able to reconnect without having to know the exact thing that happened. You don't need to know the exact thing that happened. The Body Energetics coding system is part of my 6-week build. That's a one-on-one program. You can look at it at my @LaurenCercione Instagram account. And it's several pages long because it's a journal that you're able to get your thoughts and feelings about your body parts on paper. So I'll talk you through it. What we do first is we write down all the body parts that are dysfunctional. So for me, it's my thoracic spine, my cervical spine. That's basically it. I mean, like there's other things that like don't work 100%. Like I have flat feet, which then makes my knees kind of roll in a little bit. But like the thing that like I have to deal with is really the thoracic spine, because then it affects my shoulder, and my cervical spine, because then that affects my eyes and my ears and how I can function, as in the office admin type things and working out. So you write down all the parts that are dysfunctional. And then we look up on the internet, or you can buy a metaphysical book and you look up what that metaphysical meaning is. Not the first, like they're not all going to land. Like sometimes you have to like change your word search because not everything's going to land. There's different perceptions. So we do the dysfunction and we do the metaphysical meaning. And I feel like the dysfunction, because that's a breakdown of tissue, that's more of the processed events, or the unprocessed events, the unprocessed emotion, the stuff that we're unaware of, the stuff that happened when we were really young, or maybe not even in this lifetime, or things that were so hard for us to deal with that it completely got lodged out of our memory, out of our consciousness, and into the body. That's what I really feel the dysfunctional things are. And when we look at the dysfunctional stuff, because they're so deep in the unconscious, I also kind of think that's part of your soul blueprint. So you can refer to your human design, your natal chart, or your gene keys to see what it is that you came here on the soul level to create for yourself. Also, where your Chiron and your Lilith are on your astrology. Because the stuff that you have going on in your body might be something that is your path to your soul expansion. Might not have anything to do with in this now lifetime. So that's what I feel the dysfunctional stuff is. It's deep soul level experience stuff, or it's stuff that happened to you in this now lifetime that was too much for you to handle. So it got lodged in the body and out of your mind completely. Then we look at the body parts that we don't like. And you really got to write down, like, how do these make you feel? You feel fat. You feel like nobody's going to want to have sex with you. You feel like no one's going to want to make babies with you. Like whatever it is. Whatever you feel because of your body part, that's what you want to write down. And then same thing. We look up metaphysical meanings, but we also really want to say, why does that feeling matter? Like, what does that feeling about the body part that you don't like say about you? For a long time, not sticking to a diet and not being lean meant to me that I was emotionally dysregulated. And I was envious of women who were fit and lean, because to me, that meant they didn't use food to manage their emotions. And that's why they had that body, which I think is true, might not be true for everyone. And that has caused me to judge myself when I eat foods that I love. And I'm peeling through a new layer of that, another layer of that, which is just so fascinating to me how these layers appear. So really look at what you don't like and how it makes you feel and what that says about you, because then we get to change it. Then you can look at the emotional scale. It usually looks like a funnel if you Google it, and it shows different ranges of emotion. And whatever you're feeling about that, or the dysfunctional part, when you find out the metaphysical meaning, then you can look at that metaphysical meaning and be like, yeah, do I relate to that? I feel that way. How do I feel about that meaning, right? Like my neck means that I'm always looking at the past, that I'm inflexible in my thinking. And that's like 100% true as an inner child who wants to fix not being wrong. So when I was looking in the past, I'm like, what do I look in the past? The relationship with my dad, constantly looking in the past, looking at the past. Every business mistake that has been a fail, looking in the past. What should I have done better? Okay, well, that's judgment. So what I really need to process is being compassionate and empathetic to myself and actually give myself some grace. And for me, using the metaphysical meanings and everything that I've shared with you in the evidence episodes gave me a language to what I was feeling, because I felt so bad in my body. My mind was always racing, but I didn't have like full words to articulate how I was feeling. So looking up the metaphysical meanings of dysfunctioning body parts and body parts that I disliked gave me somewhere to start to have a conversation with myself. And then like the attachment theory for self-love episode that was just before this one, then I actually like kind of had a conversation to have with myself using the Body Energetix coding system. So that's actually like as simple as it is. And I really, really hope that like, if this like, got you, that you listen to the evidence-based episodes, because you really can make these changes. You don't really need to. I have Mercury in Aquarius. I love to research. You don't need to listen to the evidence-based episodes if this was enough for you to get working on it. And if you do start working on it, I would really love to have a conversation with you about it. And we'll wrap up this podcast right now with reminding you about our monthly community calls, the third Saturday of the month at 1 p.m. Pacific time. You can listen to this episode, jot down some of the stuff of body parts that you dislike and that are dysfunctional, and then we can talk about them and really, expand our awareness, grow your soul, and release some of this energetic resistance that causes your sabotage with what you're trying to create with your happiness, with your health, and with your aesthetic. So go to bodyenergetix.com to sign up for my newsletter and getting these episodes delivered to you straight to your inbox so that you have all of them with you. You don't need the podcast player. You'll have a link to it and all the stuff. Well, you do need a podcast player, but you know what I mean. You'll get the episode to your inbox, and then you'll have the link to the Facebook group, facebook.com/group/Body Energetix. We have conversations in there. I've been posting about the episodes and giving a little summary, and then posting a link to our group call, so that we can really create this community and heal together. Because when we talk about this with each other, it's really going to help us grow and expand on the individual level and for the collective, so that we can all ride this ascension as smoothly and happily ever after. Yeah, we'll say that. We'll see you on the next episode. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. If you found it helpful, please head over and give us a 5-star rating and leave a review for how this was helpful for you. This is going to help me spread the word faster into more people who need this information to self-heal. Join us at facebook.com/group/Body Energetix, where we have discussions about the episodes. Go to bodyenergetix.com so that you can sign up for my newsletter to make sure that you never miss an episode. And that's the place that you're going to get invited to our Zoom discussion that we have every single month. Tag us on social media, Body Energetix, and we will reshare your tag and enter you into our monthly drawing to win our really cute water bottle or our really cool mug.